Yo, what's up? Welcome. Thursday, cheeky Thursday. It was a cheeky little last minute plug for Movember. I know you guys get sick of it, but we want to try and get as much as we can. Listen, we picked up our new EV bikes today. Super fast, super cool. Pegas. Pegas. And what was the other one? Ueda or something? Ueda. And now we are at the SOKO's Bake and Brunch, the famous cronut that
have installed.
fantastic. You guys have to come around and try it for yourself. Always have it. You've been vlogging it, you guys will see it.
Cute face on there.
It's a Christmas. It's Rudolph. This is actually Rudolph. So. I can't get over. These guys are creaming their pants.
Well, we did just have the apple cinnamon butterscotch one, and that was wild.
We're vlogging it as well, so don't worry, we'll get it all there for you guys. So, Thirsty Thursdays. Welcome to the stream, Q Squad. Some fantastic vibes today.
It was nice to go for a ride. Nice to hang out with the boys.
Okay, first impression, how about with the bikes? Mac at Full Sitting, so shout out to Full Sitting for looking after us again with the new EVs. But first impressions, what do you feel?
I thought they were way better than the other ones. I thought they were way better than the other ones. The top speed on mine was 65. The acceleration once again wasn't huge, wasn't stupendous, it wasn't amazing, but 65 is a totally reasonable top speed. A little sluggish on the uptake, but and heavy, but totally it's something that you could use on the daily, no problems at all. Yeah. So totally acceptable.
Yeah. So that was 65. The other two ones we had, the red one and the white one, 55, and the acceleration was very, very responsive, which is great. So great first impression. Let's see how we go after a week. I think it'll take longer to charge.
Well, let's see. I mean, the others didn't take too long. The others are only 5 hours for me, 4 or 5 hours for me. These might take a full 8 hours, like an overnight type of charging.
How the bikes for you, mate?
Awesome. Much more zippier than the first batch. Much more fun. They're a lot more agile. Suspension's still a little stiff, but we'll see with the other two bikes. But it's a lot of fun. Much better.
So guys, we like I said, we're at SOKO. So we're streaming sort of on location with minimal gear. So you may hear some background of the other Asians.
Some lovely ones.
But we already got into one cronut, but we wanted to save this one here, so we can do it with you on screen. So if you hold the line, when we come back, we're going to cut this baby up, and we're going to get into it.
And they sound just like this. And they sound just.
Welcome back to Q Stream Vibes here with the boys. Sean, I'm assuming, is whipped as usual. But, cronut. You don't know what a cronut is. It is a croissant times donut.
Croissant cross donut.
So we're gonna get Maddie to cut this up. By the way, it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, I'm gonna cut his brain in half, mate. Here we go.
Wait, I gotta vlog this.
Oh, quick.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. Doing thirds because there's 3 of us. And try and cut around his head.
Get his concentration on his face.
Mate, I'm trying to do a good job of this live on air. Trying to do a good job of this, but it's definitely not easy.
I can rotate it for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that was so much smoother than me.
It's not too shabby, actually.
That looks fantastic.
Looks good.
This is Nutella, by the way, guys. This is the Nutella flavor.
This slicing would have been better if you still had your handlebars.
Especially with that face, huh? Okay.
All right, Maddie's going to take first bite.
Am I all right? Should I eat his head?
Wait up, let me adjust this so the viewers can see. And we'll also, were you going to go in a close-up one?
Yeah, I'll go on a close up.
Maybe just go just that one then.
Hang on. So then we'll do this. We'll do it like this.
All right.
Okay. Hang on.
Well, I'm gonna
Bear with
try
us,
this
guys.
real
Bear with
quick.
us. Okay, you're going to take the nose, mouth, head, eyes.
I'm gonna take the left side of the head.
Oh, the ear.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
That's the right side.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch and
Oh,
marvel.
Yeah.
show the screen. Show over here. Oh, look at those layers.
Yes.
So the croissant layer and the donut layer. Mm.
All right, it's time.
Dude.
Be it as what you may. You guys are up to a decision.
Leave it
what
on the
that is.
beard, mate. Leave it on the beard.
Oh yeah.
That's perfection.
It's
That's
perfection.
perfection
So we've been talking about this. Remember?
for a long time.
This is fantastic.
Worth the wait. Worth the price.
It is worth
That's
the
amazing.
price.
It's 150k, guys, and come down. To get a spot, you got to reserve a table because it does get pretty busy. And there's plenty of other things on the menu as well. Like this is a avo espresso, so it's an avocado espresso.
Thanks for the explanation.
Well, Matt asked what it was. So.
How many Qs?
How many Qs, mate?
Well, it's like 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5 Qs.
6 out of 5, mate. That's pretty good.
I reckon that was potentially better than the. That was probably better than the apple and cinnamon one, I think,
Ooh.
which was already incredible.
Are you a
Yeah.
sweet tooth originally?
I am huge,
Okay.
huge sweet tooth. I love cake, but it's just I try not to eat it too much because otherwise I'll be at that house.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta wash up. I gotta clean my panties too.
All right, when Maddie goes away, we'll come back and we'll do our next one. But oh my goodness, how crazy is that? That is super crazy. Anyone see what happened with Doge? What happened with Doge, Patty?
Well, good old Elon Musk just went Doge on Twitter and the price went woo.
Again.
Yeah, I had some rain.
That's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, G-Stream Vibes here at SOKO Thursday. Hope you have a great week. Things are coming to the end of the year, Christmas time. Starting to hear all the songs. Christmas tree is up behind us, as you can see.
Beautiful place, by the way.
Beautiful place. Beautiful place. It's on Wingchung, sort of behind Bintan Market. So it's a great spot. Great spot.
Good for hangouts. Good for a date spot, actually.
Yeah, great for a date spot.
Really good for a date spot. If you're an Instagrammer, if you like posting up photos of yourself, you
Very
love those.
Instagrammable.
Very Instagrammable.
Hello there,
Oh, Tortellini.
Tortellini.
Hello. How are you,
We've been
Tortellini?
getting a lot of Twitch viewers. Thanks for joining the stream. But we got here a cronut Tortellini, so we're going to get right into this. You want to go you next or me next?
You go next.
Okay, so we got this as well. I get Matt to fill me on this one. It's already recording. Cool. All right, so it's my turn. Which one do you want?
Whichever.
Yeah, I'll go the other ear then. This is the Nutella. Oh, look at that. Salivating. Like, my mouth is just like it's getting blisters.
That's called herpes, mate.
Is it? Oh, that means I've got. Yeah.
Type 2, I believe.
Here we go.
Oh, yes. Look at that. Get it in ya.
Mm.
Oh, look at that brown oozy stuff. Is that
Oh.
the Nutella? Is that the Nutella? Is that the Nutella?
Oh,
It's like Nutella cream, basically.
Ah, okay.
no.
You're right. The butterscotch apple pie was good, but this is just it's pretty next level.
It's got a different hit.
Is it the type of hit that we like?
Dude, the layers. Look at that.
It's like crunchy, sweet,
How many calories, Lam says?
all of them.
I would say at least about 69.
Nice.
You know, it's not about the calories, Lam.
And by the way, Lam, it's not a donut. It's a
It's
cronut.
a cronut.
Get it right, please.
And the thing is, we walked up two stairs here.
Yeah, that would
Not
have
too
burned at
close,
least.
so-
That would have burned. Each flight of stairs is about 25 calories.
Mm. It may have a lot of calories, but it's got a bloody well damn good hit of dopamine. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. We love a good hit of dope. I mean,
Mm.
all right, mate. How many Q stars?
What did you say?
How many? I said 6 out of 5.
This one? I reckon it's a big, fat, massive, huge, big as the Eiffel Tower.
So you're giving it 1 Q.
No, one big fat one, which is equivalent to lots. Full score, 110%.
All right.
Oh, my goodness, guys, and we're not acting here. This is for reals. Like this is
Live. It's a live stream.
Yo, this is. I'm actually like I genuinely feel fucking like this is fucking pretty good at it. No, I'm being serious. All right, so it's Pat's turn, and I will get. Oh, can you have this one?
Show me more sexy stuff, AT. Come on, man. You're sexy by yourself.
Okay, Patty.
Talk about how succulent it is, how moist it is. Oh, look.
What a cronut?
Cronut.
Jesus, it's a croissant and a donut. Cronut.
Okay, here we go, guys. It's nearly as dark as my face.
That's what you produce, man.
Trying to get you.
Dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And this is Patty. Mukbang.
Mm. Mm. Again, I agree with the boys. This one is way better than the other one. The other one's nice though. The other one is nice. Oh, AT, I know what you know what this looks like. But yeah, no, I agree. This is not as sweet as it looks. It's actually quite nice.
That little cream hit is good because it
Yeah.
explodes in your mouth. The cream, it's really good.
I love it when things explode in your mouth, Petey.
Yeah, no, this is good, guys. Recommend it. You guys have to come to SOKO. Give it a try. It's a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
too good.
Jesus.
You're right, Matt. Dirty Sanchez.
Oh my goodness, guys, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Lum says, "What's a cronut?"
I just explained it, a cronut. So I think the original, when Matt looked it up recently, the original is in New York, Dominic Ansel, and what he created is a mashup between a croissant and a donut, hence cronut.
Yeah, so basically just imagine like a super crunchy donut with filling in like stuffing inside. In this case, the first one we had, I believe we had like a butterscotch and apple cream inside, and then the second one that we just had now is Nutella. I think just Nutella and chocolate basically. So and it was kind of like Nutella cream on the inside of the crunchy pastry. Yeah, delicious.
And the layers of a croissant.
Layers of a croissant. Yeah. Great invention.
Great invention.
Thank
So,
you, Dominique.
Thank you, Dominique. And obviously he's patented that and copyrighted it. And there's been so many other bakeries that has, I guess, tried to do their own version of it. And obviously everyone's always got their secret spices or secret ingredient that makes it what it is. But yeah, we did it. We did it.
Fantastic.
Oh man, I'm probably full now.
Yeah. Before this, we went and had some kimbong toast, cheesy toast. So
Talk to the girls in front of you. Usually, they're actually guys. At so we can't do that.
Wait, don't encourage him like that.
Yeah, At. This is your side. These are guys.
first of all, they're not in front of me. It's a bit to my right. Right? Yeah, so we talked about Elon Musk tweeted Doge again, and then boom,
Price went up.
price went up
Price went up.
by a lot.
A little bit. 10%.
And how long will it stay there?
Probably till the hype dies down again.
Okay, until the hikes it again. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's bought more.
Of course. He's a massive holder.
Sure, he's waiting for that moment, right?
Yep.
He's waiting for that moment. Man. So, a couple of topics we'll loosely talk about. There's an article here that talks about the undefining what it means to be a man.
What it means to be a man.
As in, like, your views on masculinity and vulnerability as a man.
Oh, actually, I really like this subject. But you tell us what your thoughts are first, Petey.
Well, just offhand, I mean, like, I was born, 1980, so I grew up in an era, or let's go by decades. I'd say my first 2 decades, 10, 20, maybe the third. We went through, I guess, men were always the ones that were working hard, or the ones that would be mowing the lawn, bringing the bacon home. The women were more or less traditional styles.
Family values.
That sort of comes from an Asian background as well. I think men had more control and more authoritative in the relationship. Men would make most of the decisions. Masculinity-wise, I think when growing up, I got into gym because I didn't want to get into it. I got into gym because a lot of my friends around were doing it. So I didn't feel, that maybe that was what I needed to. I don't know. Vulnerability-wise, I was also at one stage thought that it would be weak to cry as a man. And
Didn't we all?
Yeah, I think
but
so.
I
Certainly people our age, I think.
I got to a stage where I watch movies, and I watch a lot of movies, and a lot of my friends just, why are you watching that crap? When you watch rom-coms.
Yeah, because they think you're soft.
They think you're soft. But when I watch dramatic love stories that are quite emotional, and it makes me sort of tear up a little bit. When I was in the cinemas with friends, I would hold those tears because it does affect me because I'm so emotional.
I get affected by it, yeah.
But now, if it makes me cry, I let it because I let I let it because
This is why we're not getting the girls in front of us.
no, because
I think the girls would appreciate a sensitive man such as Petey.
because I like the whole feeling of how that character felt, and I let myself go. Like Jerry Maguire was the first movie that made me bawl my eyes because of that friendship, and it really meant something to me.
Oh, I thought when he was yelling the money, Cheryl be the money.
Yeah, so I guess that's my take on it. I think things are moving differently now with equality and gender, so many gender statuses. It's different. Masculinity is viewed differently.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I love margaritas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's much more acceptable. I could be wrong. Maybe this is only coming from my personal experience, but I think it's much more acceptable for men to have emotions and to display them in this day and age, which I think is a wonderful development. I mean, that's exactly how I think it should be. Men have emotions, and I think it's wonderful that we have emotions. And I think suppressing them is certainly not good for your mental health, for our mental health. Within reason, of course. Like for myself, I try to understand and be self-aware about the emotions that I have, and then sort of try to consider what the right reaction is to them. I heard quite a few years ago something that really made me kind of like sit back and think about this subject specifically, and it was saying that you don't get to choose what your initial feeling or reaction is to something. but the thing that you do get to choose is what you do with that emotion. So how you react to that emotion, whether you act on it or whether you sit on it and consider it and then do something different to your initial instinct or to your initial first reaction. And that served me quite well in life.
When was the last time, the closest time that you cried or felt really emotional about something?
Ooh, just when I first took that bite of
I
that
was
donut.
gonna say cronut.
Sorry, cronut.
Yeah, look, that was a pretty good moment. Actually crying? I don't know. Leave that with me for 5 minutes. Let's just see if I can figure it out.
How are your thoughts? Masculinity, vulnerability, manlyhood?
I reckon.
What makes a man, mate? What a man.
I don't even think it comes to what makes a man. I think, you know what, deep down inside every man shows it behind closed doors, those emotions.
I don't know, man.
I think a lot of guys. I think a lot of guys out there that they don't want to come across soft.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I agree
But
with
when
that.
it comes to, like, you know, with their partners or with family, it comes out.
But is it coming across opposite because they're influences with the friends they're with that they're trying not to be that?
I would say so.
Can you remember back then you'd be with your friends and if you go court you'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, hey babe, how are you? Yeah, no, I'm just with the guys. Yeah, no, I'll be home soon. Yeah.
AT's got a question here. He says, "What's the line between being too emotional as a man?"
What do you mean? What line? Is there supposed to be a line?
I don't think there is a line between being too emotional.
The only answer that I've got to that is basically what I was just saying before. Is like have the emotions, but choose with your brain how you react to those emotions, or what you do with those emotions. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being emotional. I don't think there's anything wrong with having the emotions, but choose what you do with them.
I think
That's certainly true. This comment.
don't get it twisted, but you know, I think you could still be emotional. Like you could be a strong man, but that emotional moment is something I think is very important and natural for you to feel, because if you don't have those emotions, you don't appreciate what's to come after. You don't appreciate why you lost something, or you don't appreciate why something is so important.
Right. Also, you might be a sociopath.
Maybe.
There is also that, which you don't want to be.
Can't be soft, guys. That's what separate. No,
Yeah.
definitely wrong on that one, AT.
AT.
The way you swing the baseball bat is pretty soft.
Mate, no wonder why you're trying to pick up chicks.
No, just kidding, man.
Just
Love
kidding,
you, AT.
I think it's mentality. What Matt said, it's what you do with it, and it's not about being soft. Like, I still think chivalry is not dead. I think it's still okay to open doors for women, even though a lot of them now are like, I can open a door for myself. Okay, that's fine. Like, you can if you want to, and that's great. But it's nice that we were raised in you know, that's the whole point of being a gentleman. Like, you can be a man or you can be a gentleman. It's up to you.
And you can also have emotions.
Exactly.
Or you can be an X-Man.
Like, imagine being a really cool gentleman that can cry to the notebook with a chick, then also come out and bench press 150, and then come out and go to a slam poetry and win some freestyle rap battle, do it all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, state of origin.
But you guys lost, mate.
Get a room.
Get a room,
AT.
AT.
Get a room. Yeah, so that's our take on the
Masculinity.
Masculinity. So what does the article say?
Oh, just talking about, like, you know,
Stereotypes.
yeah, and like there's been so many things where over the course of time, you know, that's what we've sort of been guided to I guess, believe.
But though I gotta say, as generations evolve, they're less and less of a man, I reckon.
That's true. You know, my dad taught me that at one stage he said, like, the only person that you could really release your tears for would be your mum or your wife. If it was for anyone else, then you should even if it's hard, you should always just keep it. And then keep that voice. But for anyone else, like mama, yeah.
Stop perpetuating Disney romance stereotypes. Which stereotype?
Yeah, what stereotype?
What stereotype?
Which Disney? I cried when Simba's dad died, man.
Yeah, I cried watching Milan.
I think AT's the type that.
I reckon AT's a crybaby.
Yeah.
He's that emotional love maker. That
I think
cries.
maybe AT just needs love as well. If
Maybe.
you were here, AT, I'd hug you too.
I think AT's in denial also. AT's in denial.
What, he hasn't come out of the closet?
No. He's in denial that he has to be the strong guy and he doesn't have to be.
Deep.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon AT's mad emotional, like fully in touch with his emotions.
With
That's
his feminine
cool.
side.
That is cool, I reckon.
That is cool. I agree with that.
That's cool. How dare you? I mean, how dare I?
I'm talking you up, mate. To these two Chinese girls.
I remember you said something also, Maddie. We'll talk about that after we cut to a break about psychedelics.
Ooh,
Let's touch back on that. So don't go away. When we come back, we'll talk about some psychedelic and insane. Yo, welcome back to Q-Stream Vibes here with the crew at SOKO Cafe, Bake and Brunch. So, Maddie, health-wise,
Yeah.
psychedelic-wise,
Okay, so
connection there?
a little bit of news. But before I get into that, if whoever's listening, could you leave us a little comment about how the audio quality is and whether you can hear us clearly? Because are you checking? Because we're speaking quieter because we're in a public space compared to our normal studio. So back onto the news. Basically, we talk sometimes about health, like physical health, on this show regularly.
Mental,
And
physical.
mental and physical health. So coming back to physical health. Basically, I was reading a news article yesterday that was talking about a company in the States called Neon Mind, who is doing basically clinical trials, pharmaceutical trials and clinical trials on psychedelics being used for weight loss, which is a pretty interesting development. So this is their website, Neon Mind. And basically it says psilocybin-based treatments. So that's the active ingredient in mushrooms and LSD, and they're so this is talking about obesity and the burden of obesity in our society and what it costs, and both in terms of money as well as like human suffering. And they're essentially exploring. There you go. So they're exploring psilocybin as a treatment for weight loss through a preclinical trial.
That sounds like trials has taken underway already, yeah?
Yeah. So it's before the 3-stage standard clinical trials, but it's the first step.
How does one apply for trials?
They actually list them. They advertise them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they advertise them.
I've seen those where it's like, if you're interested, we'll pay you this much.
Yeah,
Is it a lot?
sometimes you get paid. Sometimes it's a lot.
Sometimes it's a lot of
It's
money.
thousands in Australia. It's thousands.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just the only thing is like you're expected to stay in hospital like under supervision for a week, and it's like whether
And
you
you
really
could,
want
and
to
you
do
could
that.
die.
And you could die. It could be bad for your health, given that it's not a proven thing. So
All good in the auto, just picking up.
the ladies.
Do you know what language? Wait, cronut for someone who can tell us what language it is specifically. I think there's an app to mute them. Yeah, so this is interesting. I'm really intrigued by this because obviously we know that these this category of drug is still classed as
illegal in most
illegal in
places.
most countries.
So they're doing the trial in America, and where they're experimenting with psilocybin and making it legal for certain other types of treatments as well. So we talked previously about PTSD and some other mental health issues. It's been shown to be very effective in treating some of those things. So it's interesting if it's also being if they're also looking at using it for weight loss. And so this part that I've highlighted here, so that's the pathway. So activating serotonin receptors, which is like the pleasure receptors, which can curb cravings and shut off appetite.
Wow.
There you go.
I don't know.
Very interesting.
Imagine being on that and the cronut.
No, maybe you wouldn't want it. Maybe you wouldn't desire it. Maybe you wouldn't even see a cronut. Maybe you'd see a purple giraffe
Maybe.
with 6 heads.
There's only one way to find out, guys.
Maybe you'll see a purple giraffe with 6 cronuts. Maybe.
That would be a fun time.
It would be a fun time. Let's see. Ask the girls, the ideal man 2021. Ask the girls about recreational supplements. Just to talk to the girls. Come on. Dude, why don't you just come here?
Yeah.
Just come here.
AT, it sounds like you need to come down and show them how much of a man you are.
Yeah. Anyone can sit behind a computer and type.
And by the way, we're all taken.
Yeah, AT. We're all taken.
We're all
mate.
taken. This is a live stream, and our partners will watch this.
So interesting on this. I like to see how this unfolds and the legalities that come to the end of it, I guess. So
Yeah, it looks pretty legit.
very cool. Very cool. What else has made good news? What's the latest in tech?
Latest in tech. We just
Man,
got our
that's-
EV bikes.
Yeah. Man, I still need a phone upgrade. Eh?
Yeah, you do.
What do you guys reckon? Should I go to Android? Yes or no?
Pixel 6 for sure.
You're still getting it, right?
I'm going to get the 6A.
Okay, when's that out?
They're talking about bringing it out soon.
Cost 600-ish.
US, no, it'll probably be less. I reckon it might be like 450. 400, 450. Usually the A series is significantly cheaper than the normal series of the Pixel. Significantly cheaper, which is what makes it such a good purchase. Because it still has all the same software and stuff. Just very slight tweaks on the hardware, but still very, very good hardware. And the price is the great part. What was? Oh, actually, here's a bit. I guess this is maybe tech. I guess Mazda is going to be announcing the new version of the MX-5. Mazda, the MX-5 Miata. Their
MX-5. They haven't had a facelift for ages.
no, not for ages. Except it's coming out this month apparently.
I love the Miata. I love the old school Miata as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love all of them. Honestly, if you've never driven a Miata, I would highly recommend it. They are an amazing car to drive. Even if there might be a little feminine for your taste for some of the guys.
Yeah, it's not masculinity enough.
It's
for
not masculine
AT.
enough for AT. Honestly,
Only drives a
incredible car.
V8U, mate. V8U.
Incredible car to drive. So they should be coming out with the NE series of the most widely sold sports car of all time. So this is a huge deal. This will be only the fifth version in since 1989. So what is that? 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
About time.
The NA with the pop-up headlights came out in
Those are the
1989.
best.
Those are incredible. Under 1,000 kilos.
I got to show you my friend's one right after this stream. It's really good. Android all the way, says Matt Cowan. Matty, do you have an Android? Because I'm an Android.
Obviously.
I have Google.
Android.
There's no point for me going Android when all of my other devices are Apple, especially my Mac and stuff. So I may as well just stick to Apple. Sorry, boys. You can have your customizations.
Matt says, I've seen AT's apartment asking about his artwork on the wall. What, the splatters that he leaves behind
From self-soothing.
from self-soothing. What color is that pink? Yeah.
Wait, let me ask you
it
this.
is.
Let me ask you this, AT. Would you wear a pink T-shirt?
Because I would.
I have a big T-shirt.
I have a pink dress shirt. I have pink shorts. Got a little bit of cronut on there.
Saving it for later, Pat.
There's the color. Rose gold, mate. Rose gold.
Yeah.
Let's pink underwear.
You don't wear underwear, AT. Come on.
How do you go with the skid marks on those, mate?
Or better yet, the red marks.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, because when he wipes his ass too much, it bleeds. Ew.
Over the line, Petey. Over the line.
That's over the line.
You know, Roman men wore pink.
Did they?
Did they?
Mate,
I know
to be honest, there's nothing wrong with men wearing pink. Like, there's never has been. It was just something that I guess just
Again, it came into that what we were saying is that your friends would be like, "Why are you wearing pink?" That's
Yeah.
soft.
like blue couldn't be pastel. Anything pastel blue wasn't considered. You wear it as a baby, but as a man, it was be like, I'll tell you what, like. If you go to an Australian music festival, like especially Stereosonic,
Oh yeah, that's all the fluoro colors.
all the fluoro colors, the guys are wearing the shortest shorts, and they're all topless there, showing off their pecs and muscles and stuff. Like, what's the masculinity in that? What's the vulnerability in that? What's the validation that they're trying to prove or show? Can a normal man show the same thing without doing what they're doing? Or do they have to do that?
Bro, ask the girls. Come on, it's so simple. 18. This is what you got to learn, mate. The girls are having a conversation,
They're busy with their own things. We don't need to disturb them.
and they're speaking in their own language. You don't want to disturb them while they're having fun.
Speaking their own
It's not about the views, bro. It's about respect to the ladies.
Yeah, see, that's being a man.
That's
being
being a man.
Like
Though I do agree with you with this one. You're confusing that with the Mardi Gras.
have you not been to music festivals, mate, or Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras is probably one of the most fun.
Actually, yeah.
That's probably one of the most fun.
There's like
marches.
30,000 people going through King's
Dude.
Cross.
It's probably the best vibes you can get.
Mm-hmm.
AT, you live literally under 10 minutes from here. Literally 6
Nah,
minutes.
it's too far according to AT. He doesn't want to drive. It's too far. He'd rather go to District 7. Apparently, that's closer.
We're
There's a
scared.
bit of
I'm scared, mate.
the other.
See?
Too far.
All right, I've got another story for you guys. May I?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to talk about tech a little bit. Another story I read about recently, or heard about recently, is did we already talk about distributed autonomous organizations, DAOs?
No, we have not spoken about the DAOs.
Okay. Cool. I'll try and recap it. DAO. So there's an acronym called DAO, which is Distributed Autonomous Organization. It's basically based on the blockchain, and it's a program that runs a business automatically, essentially. And distributed autonomous organization, DAO. Basically, it's like these guys came up with a DAO that was programmed to essentially be able to buy the only privately held copy of the American Constitution from Sotheby's, who were auctioning it off a few days ago. And in 7 days, these guys managed to get $3.6 million all into the DAO, committed, transferred in the DAO, with another $10 million committed verbally. And obviously, that's going to be taken with a pinch of salt, but in 7 days. And ultimately, they didn't succeed with purchasing the thing because it ended up being way more money. But it's incredible that in this day and age, like anyone essentially, like you or I or any of us, could program a DAO and raise money for it to in such a short amount of time and such a huge amount of money to be able to do something like purchase and hold an artifact, essentially, an incredibly historically important artifact. I believe there's 10 copies of the U.S. Constitution. 9 of them are held by the U.S. The government, I assume, and then only one of them was privately held, and that's the one that went under the auction, under the hammer. That's Sotheby's. So yeah, incredibly interesting that. And of course, you can program these things to do basically whatever.
With a smart contract.
With a smart contract. So working through the blockchain, Ethereum, I assume.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So it's called Constitution DAO, DAO. If you're looking for it, very interesting technological development.
It is, and it's quite big in the NFT sector right now, because the community has control of this DAO, which is the good thing, you know. Like the creator of the NFT will say, guys, I'm gonna need like $1 million to put into the DAO, and if not everyone agrees together, then it doesn't pull through. But if everyone agrees that it's good for the community, then that's the only time that it can pass through as a vote.
Yeah, so as Paddy's explaining, it's an incredibly important part of the structure of the DAO is that the holders of it, essentially it's like crowdfunded, but the people who are crowdfunding it get to make the decisions about the future of the DAO and any assets it holds thereby.
Yeah, it's really good. It's when you're talking about very decentralized.
Very
It's
decentralized.
very decentralized. So.
Cool.
AT says the DAO is very strong. I think better than the S&P. That's a different DAO, mate. That's
DOW. We're talking about DAO.
That's the Dow Jones. That's totally different.
Can I pull up his previous message here? Comment. He goes, just say ciao. It's universal hello. Look, I want to say this one last time, dude.
I like that you used 3 different languages in the one sentence though. That was
There's
nice.
nothing more manly, and I'm being sarcastic here, than someone desperately asking someone else on a live stream. Desperately, I don't know how many comments you've been asked. Come on, bro, you guys are soft scared. Desperately asking us to say hi to girls that he can only hear, barely see. Like, man, are your pants off or something?
18.
You're self-soothing right now, this very moment.
If you drove over here like 10 minutes ago,
You'll be here before the end of the live stream, and we will live stream you saying hello to the girls.
exactly. You would have been the star of the show.
Still can be. It's not too late.
It says here.
We did pick up lines yesterday
It
and the
says-
day before.
You know what's more manly? Killing the mood, talking about the DAO, DOW, instead of pickup lines. Again, we were talking about DAO, not DOW.
I think he knows.
And,
I think he knows. I
and
think he knows.
again,
I know as well.
there's nothing more manly than someone looking to pick up girls on a newscast stream rather than going on Tinder or something like that, mate.
All right. I'm gonna change the subject now. This enough for this little tiff on the live stream. How many people here know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
Yes, Gary V.
Gary V. You know Gary V.
I know Gary's V.
Gary's.
Yes, okay.
I'm sure you know Gary's V.
Oh, Gary V. Yes.
Hopefully, our listeners / watchers know who Gary V is. Love him or hate him, he's a very strong character, very strong
Very
character. But he talks a
How
lot
much
about
can he bench? No, but
probably a lot actually.
Probably, yeah.
He looks quite fit, so probably quite a bit. He talks a lot about motivation in business and
Life coach.
he's life coach.
He's a marketing guru.
Yeah, I was going to say a bit of a guru for a lot of people, which turns a lot of people off, including myself. But there's no denying that the dude is brilliant and incredibly motivated, and maybe the most prolific content creator that I know on social media.
I agree.
Certainly in his niche. So he's coming out with a book, and he's using an incredible marketing tactic, which is for every 12th book purchased from him, he is giving people a free NFT, which
he got into NFTs early.
he got into NFTs
very
early.
He was
So-
the one that created the CryptoPunks buzz.
Really?
Yeah, so just to cut you off shortly,
Yeah.
so CryptoPunks, like, it was quiet, and then he discovered them, and then tweeted, he messaged like 50 of his closest friends and said, yo, you need to get on this, and that's why now they're worth
A lot.
millions of dollars.
There you go. So the dude knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's been in NFTs for a long time, and he's giving people. Well, look, we're talking about him, right? I'm looking at it from a marketing perspective, though. He's saying buy 12 copies of my book and you get a free NFT,
Yeah.
which is fantastic because it's costing him not very much at all, but it's making people buy 12 copies of his book just to get a free NFT, which is quite likely to be worth quite a lot later on.
Well, his V friends are what?
His
How
V
much?
friends have
2 or
quadrupled in
3
price.
ETH right now.
So his V friends from the news the podcast that I was listening to, I believe the floor price for V friends was
5?
was 1.5 when they were first minted,
Yeah.
and now they're worth 4 times as much. So I think the floor price now is something like 6 ETH.
Yeah.
So if you bought in at the beginning, you've quadrupled your money.
And he drew those by hand, by the way, and they're ugly as hell. But it's
So-
from Gary Vee.
Yeah, and so currently at this moment he's pre-sold 1 million copies of his book, and they're not even out.
Pre-sold.
Pre-sold before the book is even out. That is
Has he
insanity.
even written it?
Has he even written it? Who knows?
Gary Vee talking, made NFTs, empathy, swears like a truck driver, fucking love him. So why don't you freaking pick him up, mate? Pick him up.
All right. That's not bad. That's not bad.
We're just joking.
Just kidding, AT. Yeah.
What a great marketing strategy.
And also, you gotta watch on YouTube his garage sale series. Have you seen that?
No.
So what he does is he goes driving around on the weekends.
Buys random shit at
And-
garage sales.
Yeah. So what he does is he drives around in the neighborhood, finds the garage sales, and then he goes, "Oh, how much is this?" Like the recent one he did was with Matchbox cars. It was 2 buckets of Matchbox, and the guy goes, "Oh, how much is this?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll do it for $20." And he goes, "I'll give you 15 for the lot." And the guy goes, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then he takes one of the Matchbox cars, takes a picture, searches it on eBay. That one is already $11, right? And he's still got another 300 to sift through. So he's about that hustle.
He is all about the
Yeah,
hustle.
he's about like giving that motivation to people that, hey, if you're not working, if you don't have money, this is how easy it is by just being
As long as you
motivated.
have the hustle, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and
that's
then
it.
then he starts going on about other things like reselling and doing all the sales talk. But yeah, no, you guys gotta watch him on YouTube.
He's very interesting. But he's an acquired taste. Like you'll either love him or hate him. Generally, it's like
there's no middle ground because he comes across quite douchey. He's from New York, right? So
he's very logical, common sense, and he lays everything down as it
Yes.
is. Like someone will say the problem, you goes, okay,
correct.
so let's have a look at it this way. Why are you doing? How you make it better?
Yeah.
And he steps it out like
Yeah,
that.
well, he's very well spoken. At the same time, he's very boganish in a way where he swears a lot. And the good
he's
part,
always high energy. Like I've
Yeah.
never seen him low energy.
the good part with
Dude's
his
just go all the
with his
time.
conferences is that a lot of the Q&A is they'll ask him, hey, if you owned this business, what would you do? Like this is the revenue, this is where I want to get to for the next 2 years, and then he'll tell you, he goes, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. He's very blunt. He's incredibly blunt.
And then he's like, I'm sorry, like good for you, but you're doing it wrong, and this is why. He's not just saying you're doing it wrong, but he's telling you how to actually fix it. So, but yeah, no, it's good. You guys should check him out.
I saw something last night, and it was a repost from on Instagram, the Complex. So it's from Virgil, rest in peace, rest in power, rest in power, a designer creator of Off-White, and he had this thing where he talked about motivating and not giving up on your dreams, no matter how big it is. And he said something like, as a designer, you're competing with so many other bigger brands. To get into that level, how do you know something that you as an ordinary person, say like, for example, you have like a candle versus Louis Vuitton holding a candle with their logo on it. And he says sometimes it's not about the product, but it's what's around the product. He showed like this one candle, it's kind of mashed up, had a little bit of a crush in it. He said, if I left this just in my room and you came in and you'd be like, this is the candle, kind of a bit overused kind of thing. But if I took that candle, put it into like an art gallery, dressed up the art gallery, put that candle in the centerpiece, that's art. That brings the value up around it. And he was talking about being able to think outside of that square, and that anything can be something really big. So it's just how you look at it. It's similar to how I look with magic. Is if you perform to someone on the right angle, the perfect angle, to them it's like,
To them, it's magic.
But you can have a back door for other people who want to know the secret, and they would appreciate it in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
And it's the same thing, just from a different angle. Yeah. Valid.
So
This reminds me of a saying that says life is 80%, or everything is 80% perception, and only 20% reality, which ties in quite nicely with that.
I'm not even kidding, AT. I'll give you a real hug. Who wants a virtual hug? Fool. He actually got big with his daily show, giving out advice when posting every day in the thing around the same time Casey Neistat. And Casey Neistat's come a long way too.
Oh
So what's he doing these days?
I think he's still vlogging, still doing his tech
He's still
reviews.
vlogging, but he just wanted to get away from the daily vlogs.
Yeah, that would be
It
exhausting.
was imagine doing daily vlogs for like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and then editing.
Yeah.
Well, he has a team that does it for him.
I don't think he did.
In the beginning, it was
Yeah, he did
him.
everything himself.
Yeah, it was him.
Pretty
Because he was so he was such a perfectionist to the way he was editing as well. Because he's the one that really changed the vlogging.
Well,
the vlogging style.
he vlogs in a way where it looks like he's got camera people following him. Besides the shots that he's holding, because he'll go, okay, I've got to get over this wall. So he climbs over the wall and walks out of screen. And if you're doing that yourself,
You got to do it twice.
and then you got to climb back over and grab it.
Twice.
You know, so
And in New York, you probably lose your camera by that point.
probably. What's this? You like backdoor fellas?
Do we just leave that one alone? Maybe we just leave that one alone, hey?
I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, mate, but yeah. He almost got divorced with his wife from daily vlogging. Well, I remember I watched the vlog where he took some time off because they just had another baby. So they spent some time.
And they moved out of New York as well. They moved to sunny California.
But he was what made blogging fun with his powerboard, going through the streets of New York.
And he also sold his business. He was doing something similar to Snapchat, and it was bought over by, I think, who was it? It was a big company. It was like CNBC or something. I don't know. One of those big media companies. It got bought out. So he's making tons of money from YouTube, just from his speaking gigs. So.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of work vlogging.
Yeah,
and his vlogs aren't short too. They're all 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's where he
and to get 10 minutes of content is hours of footage.
It is hours of footage. If you want it to be good, anyway.
Yeah.
So SOKO, you've been amazing, cronuts. Thank you for setting as well for the bikes. I think we're already at our pounds. It's Thursday, guys. We're gonna get a drink.
Already getting a drink.
AT, join us for a drink if you want, mate.
Yeah, bro, come out.
Come out, be a man. But on that note, do you want to read one of these? So, well, there's one here. Here's one for you, AT. So, my wife and I were trying to set up a new password for our computer. So I was trying to be clever. I put my penis as the password. And then my wife, she fell to the ground laughing hysterically because on the screen it said, error, not long enough.
I heard you said you feel lonely. Nothing is right.